What is going on, Division 2 agents? Welcome back to the channel. It's the Werewolf Gaming, and I'm back with another Division 2 video. Alright guys, I hope everyone has been doing well and staying safe. Today I got a very powerful build to showcase, guys. This build is pretty fun. I've used this build plenty of times before, guys. I've even used a build similar to this in some of the previous climax missions. That being said, this build that I'm showcasing today, we will be utilizing the modifiers, guys, because at this point in the game, we only have a little bit of time left to use the modifiers. And I myself, there isn't a whole lot to do in this game for me. So the modifiers is what makes this game more entertaining, in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't like the modifiers, but I can tell you guys straight up that you don't need modifiers to make this build work. This build works regardless, even without the modifiers, especially with some of the new items they brought in the game, like the Blood Assault Rifle. That gun alone, guys, as long as your skills are on cooldown, you will have 47% increase in weapon damage. So that's just amazing. This build that I will showcase today, guys, you will see that you don't need a shield for this build. This build I'm running around, guys, I'm gonna be hitting over 1 million per shot, per bullet, guys, whenever you get your max stacks and you do max damage with this weapon. And that's on top of having 2.1 million armor whenever you do, like I said, have all your max stacks with your bonus armor. With that being said, though, so like I said, the gameplay today, we will be using the modifiers, but I can guarantee you that this build works without the modifiers. I've used it plenty of times before, even before this new season of modifiers came in. I do want to give a big thank you to everyone that continues to support me on my channel, and especially those who always have something positive to say, guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you for your valued time and continued support. All right, as usual, guys, I'm going to show you a little bit of gameplay. At this point in this gameplay, I do want to mention this is with all my stacks and everything, and I wanted to show you how this build functions whenever you do have the full stacks from the Memento backpack. And basically, if you look at my modifiers, they're fully maxed out as well. Or the passive modifiers, as you can see, each one of them are fully maxed out. And then, guys, after we go over the build breakdown, then I will give you more gameplay, basically starting from the very beginning with no Memento stacks or anything. Just to show you how this build plays, even when you don't even have the bonus damage that's coming from the Memento backpack or even the bonus armor. All right, so stick around, watch the rest of the gameplay, and then we will go over this build shortly. And like I said, those of you who enjoy the gameplay, I will give you more shortly after.
Without their leader and their stronghold, the outcasts are going to be much less probably on the floor. What happened to them was horrific. But what they did was even worse. I need something finally at peace.
All right, guys, so today we're going to be talking about the starter show in this build, guys. Is the Blood Assault Rifle. It is a high-end assault rifle that just came out this season. And basically the description reads, I've got all the skills I need right here. The core stats, as you can see, is 104.82k with an RPM of 650 with 45 in the magazine, headshot damage 75%, and outdoor range being 31. I do have a weapon expertise of 22%, so keep in mind if your watch level isn't at least 1000 and your expertise level isn't the same or greater than mine, you will not be doing the same amount of damage that I am doing. Core attributes are fully maxed out with 10% damage to target out of cover. The accuracy is pretty good and the stability as well. The talent that comes with this gun is called Perfect Streamline. You increase weapon damage by 47% when no skills are on cooldown, so you don't want to use your skills. The mods I do currently have is 5% critical hit chance mods, 15% increase in rounds, magazine rounds, and 10% critical hit damage mod. All right, we did use the Thorn shotgun in this gameplay. Total core damage 1.22 million, RPM of 70 with 8 in the magazine. Did have a 65% increase in headshot damage and 16% optimal range. All right, the expertise I do have is 15%. Core attributes are fully maxed out with damage to target out of cover. The accuracy is pretty poor, but stability is great. The talent that comes with this gun is called Perfect Brazen. You receive plus 3.5% amplified damage on the next shot with the weapon for each pellet that hits the target. If at least 4 pellets hit the target, so keep in mind at least 4. Killing an enemy will provide an additional plus 8% amplified damage on the next shot. The mods I do have is 20% increase in reload speed. All right, so we did wear the one-piece chest cut, guys, which gives us increasing critical hit chance by 8%. And the core attribute, we did go to armor core attribute, and the middle attributes we was going for either critical hit chance or critical hit damage. The chest piece, guys, we did go with the Hunter Killer chest piece, and it is one piece of the golden set, which gives you 10% increase in status effects. We also have a core attribute being an armor core, with the middle attributes we was going for, again, either critical hit chance or critical hit damage. The primary reason we was wearing this chest was for the talent. It's called Perfect Intimidate. While you have bonus armor, you gain 1 stack each second up to a max of 10. Each stack increases weapon damage by 4% to enemies within 10 meters. All stacks are lost when you have no bonus armor. So guys, basically when you get all 10 stacks, you'll be up to 40% increase in weapon damage. And to take a full benefit of this bonus, you need to be within 10 meters of those enemies. If you don't have this chest piece, guys, basically the only thing you need to do is find any chest piece you prefer and roll the talent Intimidate. The only difference is basically instead of the 40% increase in weapon damage, you will have 36% increase in weapon damage. Everything else stays the same. You have to be within 10 meters of those enemies that you're shooting at. All right, for this set, guys, we did go with the Gilligar set, which gives us all 3 pieces, gives you 5% increase in total armor, 60% increase in health, and 2% armor regeneration. The core attribute was an armor core, and our attributes was going for either critical hit chance or critical hit damage. All right, the second piece of the Gilligar set is the knee pads, and we did have an armor core with the attributes was going for critical hit chance and critical hit damage, and the gloves as well, armor core with critical hit chance and critical hit damage attributes. All right, guys, and for the backpack, the Momentum Exotic Backpack really doesn't need any introduction. This exotic backpack comes with all 3 cores, weapon, armor, and a skill tier. I do have it at expertise of 12. With the attribute I did use was a 12% critical hit damage attribute. The talent is what really stands out. It's called Kill Confirm. Basically, those enemies that you kill, they drop trophies, and you pick up those trophies. You will receive short and long-term buffs depending on the number of cores you have. For each red, it's going to be 5% increase in weapon damage. Each blue core is going to be 10% increase in bonus armor. And each yellow is going to be 5% increase in skill efficiency. Basically, when you have all 30 stacks, guys, from picking up the trophies, you will have 30% increase in weapon damage, skill efficiency with 3% armor regen. Overall, amazing backpack. If you don't have it, guys, I recommend you use other talents that give you bonus armor, since we are utilizing the chest piece that benefits off bonus armor. One talent is the Blood Sucker, which basically killing enemies adds and refresh stacks of bonus armor. Or the Adrenaline Rush talent, which basically whenever you're within a certain distance, 10 meters of an enemy, you gain bonus armor, which stacks up to 3 times. So this will work great as well because you will know when you are right there within that 10-meter range because you will have bonus armor at that given moment. All right, for the skills, we did go with the Crusader Ballistic Shield, primarily, guys, because in those situations, sometimes your armor will go down pretty quickly. You will be able to pop that shield when needed. It does scale with the number of yellow and blue cores you have. That's why I have a tier 6. And I did have the Reviver Hive just in case I did go down. We did use the modifiers, and the Assault Link is the one we did choose. Your firearms attribute is set to tier 5. For the duration of the ability, you gain plus 5% weapon damage for every non-red core. Equip attributes are frozen and bonuses are multiplied by 4. Your passive modifier values are also multiplied by 2. On activation, allies within 25 meters are granted a boost to their firearm score, and the modifier's duration is increased by 3 seconds for each ally that is nearby. Once the effect ends, all attribute scores go back to their baseline values. The duration is 25 seconds with a 60-second cooldown. All right, the first passive was the Multitasker, and while at tier 5 in all attributes, you receive 7.5% increase in weapon damage, plus 85,000 bonus armor and 1 skill tier. One thing I do want to point out, guys, if you notice in the gameplay, I will not use the active modifier during this gameplay, guys, so that way I can keep the passive modifiers the entire time. All right, we did use extra padding, which gives you 5% increase in protection from elites for each blue core. All right, and we did go with loaded up, which 25% of your critical hit chance value is added as critical hit damage, while at tier 5 in your firearms. So this is just amazing, guys. And like I said, do not use the active modifier, just stick with the passives, and you really will enjoy this setup. All right, so let's take a look at the weapon stats. 60% critical hit chance when using the LUD with 151% critical hit damage. Shotgun, the Thorn, we have 50% critical hit chance with 141% critical hit damage with a headshot damage of 65%. All right, the armor on this build, like I said, guys, really be sitting right there at 2 million when you have all your stacks with and the bonus that you will get from your passive modifier, you will have right there at over 2.1 million armor, which is great. But that actual amount of armor is 1,953,709. We did have 195,371 armor on a kill, with armor regeneration being 39,074. Keep in mind that is without the stacks from the Memento backpack, which will increase that by 3% more. All right, for our max health, we did have right there at 561,000. So that's just amazing as well. So overall, this build is a very powerful build, guys. You see the amount of damage I was doing in the gameplay, and with being a tank at that. So overall, guys, this build is made for heroic. For those who have questions whether or not it work in legendary, I'm pretty sure this build will work in legendary as well. Just change out some of the mods that you do have equipped for more protection from elites, and I guarantee you this build will work in legendary content as well. All right, so let's look at weapon class specialization. We did go to gunner specialization, primarily because every third reload is 50% faster. Your armor kits repair 100% of your armor and grants 30% bonus armor for 10 seconds. And also keep in mind, guys, killing enemies grants 10% armor back on the kill. And you will also have access to the Banshee Pulse, which is great because it launches a 4-arc of pulse energy that disorients enemies caught in the wave, and also penetrates through cover. You also generate 10% of your armor ammo capacity every 60 seconds, and party members will receive 5% of that, and your rate of fire is increased by 5% on kills for 5 seconds. One last thing is don't forget to equip the correct weapon element to get your bonus 15% increase in whatever weapon you're using damage. All right, guys, if you like the build, let's give it a thumbs up. Again, thank you for your valued time and continued support. Really appreciate each and every one. If you're new to the channel, turn on the notification bell so you can stay informed whenever I do drop videos. All right, guys, so stick around. I'm going to show you the gameplay. I don't have any stacks from the Memento backpack or anything built up yet. So as you see how this build functions, even without having the 30 stacks for the Memento backpack, which gives you 30% increase in weapon damage. So overall, guys, this is an amazing build. Really suggest you give it a try. And, you know, for those who enjoy legendary, take it on the spin in legendary content as well. See how it performs for you. Of course, like I said, you will have to change out some of your mods that you do have on your gear to maybe give you a little bit more protection from elite, and probably even use a different class specialization to get a little bit more special protection from elite, such as using the survivors class specialization. All right, guys, D-Werewolf out.
Got a visual on additional hostiles in the memorial compound. They're moving south.
Here! How do you want to...
Stay back! Eat this!
I'm on it! Got you now! Whoa! I'm a target!
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Fall back! Fall back! You want some more of this?
Damn it!
All clear. I repeat, the compound is all clear.
No, that can't be all of them.
Search the area! Right! Time to put an agent down!
Crew says it turned the memorial into a base.
Fucking division down! Friendly soldiers!
Kill you!
Pulled upstairs. We can lock that tunnel door from their control center. That should keep them from being able to transport those mortars loaded with DC-62. Good work. Go on and head back up. The team from the campus has taken position inside the memorial.